It rams, it slams, but worst of all, it burns. Hello everyone, it's me, Felony. In today's Behemoth breakdown, we are going to talk about the Charrogg. This Behemoth's moves can be difficult to read, but what makes some of these moves scary is its ability to catch players on fire. Players on fire will be taking damage over a period of time. You can extinguish the flames by rolling continuously, shortening the length of time the debuff will last. Moves such as Fireball, Flame Discharge, Magma Ball, Lava Escape, and of course Wheel of Flames are some of Charrogg's key moves to set players on fire. If you're going to use an elemental weapon, the recommended element is Frost. With Fireball, Charrogg will slightly raise up, looking like it's going to cough something up and then lunge itself forward, spitting out a huge ball of fire. Depending how many players there are, this Behemoth can spit multiple fireballs at once. The fireball is very slow, but it can follow players around for a short period of time before eventually exploding. Charrogg can still attack when the fireballs are still present, so watch your surroundings. The last thing you need is to have a fireball hit you right in the back. You can get rid of it quickly by getting it to hit something like a wall, rock, tree, or even the Behemoth itself. If you can time it correctly, you can dodge through the ball as well. With Flame Discharge, Charrogg will stop to lift its head, stand tall on all fours, bend its back, and release small spots of fire around its body. There will be 5 fire spots released around the Behemoth, with 1 located in front of its head and 2 located on each side of its body. If you're attacking the Behemoth up close, you shouldn't have any problems because the flames typically land a few feet away from its body. If you ever need to go through the fire for whatever reason, roll through it, because if done correctly, you can make it through without getting burned. Charrogg will take a couple steps back, bend its back, and with its tail partly in the ground, catapult balls of magma in the air off its tail. Depending how many players there are will determine how many magma balls Charrogg will throw in the air. Once these magma balls hit the ground, 2 more magma balls will pop out, landing next to the original. A magma ball in the air will also sometimes split in 2 before hitting the ground. This move can be pretty accurate and sometimes unpredictable, so I recommend dodging as a safety precaution. The Behemoth will shake its body, raise up, and release fire that constantly burns like a flamethrower. The steady streams of fire will be located around each leg. Once the Behemoth lands back down after being lifted by the force of the flames, Charrogg will begin to rotate, either clockwise or counterclockwise. During this time, you have 2 choices. You could stay back and wait until this move is done, or attack Charrogg in between the flames. If you choose to attack, attack on the sides of the Behemoth. Do not attack in between the flames at the head and tail because of the very limited space you'll be given. If you stop the flames by interrupting the Behemoth during this move, Charrogg will start the move back up again until it uses up all the time it has left with the move. After a while, the Behemoth at one point will bring itself to a stop for a second before shutting the flames off, so don't run into the flames by accident. Looking at a direction, Charrogg will raise itself up and release flames, creating a huge pool of lava to submerge itself in before leaving the area. Be careful, this move gives very little warnings before it leaves, so get away from the Behemoth as quickly as you can. Hopping its back legs a little off to the side, Charrogg will swing back its tail along with its body, hitting players within its radius. Tail swing has a large radius capable of hitting players even at the head, so try dodging underneath the tail to avoid this move. Sliding forward and raising its tail in the air, Charrogg will smack the ground with its tail. This move is fairly easy to avoid so long as you dodge this move if you're nearby the tail. Lifting an arm in the air, this Behemoth will swing its arm back to hit players on the side of its body. This move is quick, so always be prepared to dodge this move whenever you're on the side of the Behemoth. Players attacking the head will also have to watch out for this move because the Charrogg will swing its head a little, which will damage players that get hit by the moving head. Briefly stopping, then quickly accelerating with its head pointing down, Charrogg will ram into players in front of it. To me, this move is a little difficult to identify and sometimes dodge. So when in front of this behemoth, be ready to dodge at a moment's notice. Raising its body up, Charrogg will start pounding the ground with its two front legs. Like many behemoths that are enraged, this behemoth will turn red and increase its attack speed. Moves such as Tail Slap will now fling fire behind its tail if it's not severed. During its enrage, two brand new behemoth attacks will also be added. With Smash, Charrogg will raise an arm in the air and smash it into the ground. The AoE around Smash has a pretty decent size that can hit players on the side even if they're a few feet away. And like the move Smack, this move is very fast, so timing your dodge here will be key. The Behemoth will only use Smash if a player is close enough to one of the arms in the front. Before exiting its enraged state, Charrogg will raise its back high up, channel energy, then release a ring of fire that spreads across the ground. The fire can travel a very long distance before disappearing. There are two ways to avoid this move. One way is by running away from the ring of fire until the flames start separating. Once this happens, you can turn around and run in between the flames. The other way to avoid this is by rolling through the flames. Don't worry, you won't get burned if you time it correctly. One last bit of information you will need during your hunt with Charrogg is there will be breakable parts located on the head, body, legs, and tail. Don't forget to break these parts because they will drop valuable items you can use to craft gear. Well, I think that should do it. Now go slay that flame turtle until it's extinct. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in Dauntless.
Oh, too many hunts with Charrogg. I'm gonna need a Scooby Band-Aid after that.
Oh, you know what? Embermane Band-Aid might sound better. Yeah, Embermane Band-Aid. Who doesn't like that? If you need help with a different behemoth, be sure to check out my other behemoth breakdown videos.